tonight. Let me start with you, Deji Adeyanju. It does look like the wind is being taken off the sail of this planned protests. I mean, how many reports that we played back to back there, this group and that group pulling out, distancing themselves, from the planned protests. And in spite of pleas from the president, from the lawmakers, from traditional rulers, and what have you, they're still going ahead with the protest. Of course, protest continues. You cannot pull out of a protest that you did not organize, that you were not invited to join. Right. And these are just hungry people who are being paid by the government to come on air and embarrass themselves and their families. So nobody's... Nigerians... What makes you think they are being paid by government? Of course, the government is sharing billions. I've been sharing billions in the last 3 weeks to different groups, religious people, and all kinds of people, trying to get people to frustrate their protests. But you're going to see what's going to happen all over the country on the 1st of August. The government is going to learn a bitter lesson about taking the people of Nigeria for granted. Now that exactly is what the government is concerned about, and those who are dissociating themselves from this protest. When you say the government will see what will happen on the 1st of August, what exactly will happen?
This government, they evil. Guys, can you believe that Tinubu government, they be distributing billions of naira to religious leaders, to the different people in order to discourage the protest? I beg, don't you just watch just like see through. Please settle down, watch this video. I beg, share this video to enlighten all Nigerians. Please share it. Let the world see the evil our leaders are doing. Please share up. Deji Adeyanju, the guy has exposed Tinubu big time. How many billions he has distributed? The billions you could not use to elevate poverty. We are living in a country where people cannot get 1 square meter to eat, to the extent of the student union. Oh, Jehovah. Billions to bribe them. You don't have food to eat. Now you want to protest. They are bribing you with billions. So you cannot imagine how much you've used. Their utmost bribe they have been giving to your senators, lawmakers, and the rest to manipulate things in order to impoverish Nigerians. Please share this video. I beg you, let all Nigerians see it. Exactly will happen.
Yeah. I mean, Nigerians are expecting a peaceful.
It's going to be extremely. It's going to be extremely peaceful. Right. Extremely. Nigerians are going to express themselves in line with Section 40 of the Constitution, that Nigerians have the right to assemble, to gather, and to express their grievances at government at all levels. And this is an inalienable right of every citizen of this country. The government cannot tell people when to protest or how to complain about maladministration of the government, especially considering the fact that this president today was a perpetual protester. He's a man that has funded protests against government. He has always been in the opposition funding protests against government, and basically, because he has been doing it, I don't know how someone who has been funding protests no longer wants protests when he's now in the saddle of leadership. And because karma is the universal donor, it must go round, because you funded protests against the Jonathan government in 2012 when over subsidy removal. Today you have removed subsidy, and today you do not want Nigerians to protest. And they've been calling groups for the past 3 weeks to the villa, to all kinds of places, to ministries, to give them money, to go and be organizing town hall meetings and all these things.
Has your group been invited?
Severally, we have. Severally. We have declined. We have spoken to some people in government, and we have told them, we said, if you want this protest not to hold, remove fuel subsidy. Bring back fuel subsidy. If you want this protest not to hold, do ABC, things that will improve the life of people, not collect money, collect dollar from people in government, and you go on television and start embarrassing yourself.
All right, Bello Chukwu, we saw you in one of the reports there, distancing yourself from the protest. Is it that this hunger, the biting hunger, the hardship, does not affect you? I mean, you're the youth wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria. Are you not impacted by the overall, downturn in the economy? And don't you empathize or sympathize with what those who are calling for protest are saying?
Good. Thank you so much. We know that CAN is a non-political organization, and we are not answerable to anybody. We are independent, and the press conference we granted today, we draw inspirational clue from our parent body. You will see that the camp president and everybody, we said we can explore other options to address this issue of protest, like dialogue, town hall meetings, etc. Because we believe that let's take a clue from the NSAS protest, where hoodlums hijacked the process and the protest, and it becomes a means of looting and the destruction of lives and properties. A lot of youth lost their lives, a lot of people, businesses collapsed because of the protest. Now, we are not saying that there is no hunger in the land. We are not saying that people are not suffering. We are not saying that government is not doing anything. But we know that if we channel our energy to a productive and a very viable avenue, what are the viable avenue that we need to? Let's engage the government. Let's call for a round table. Let's call the government. Let's call the president, the minister, everybody. Let's call the youth of the country need to come out and say, sir, let's articulate our points one after the other. This is point A, this is point B, this is point C, this is point D, up to Z. And we can be able to tell the government that, please, sir, or the people at the helm of affairs, the president, the vice president, the ministers, the senate president, we can articulate all these things and submit to the National Assembly, submit to the president, submit to the...
but those who insist on going ahead with the protest, they are saying that the president or the government seems to be, not non-committal, quite aloof in terms of really engaging not just the youth, but Nigerians as a whole.
It's a lie. Let me not say this. Right. I'm not for or against. Right. Let me not tell you this, that if we engage the government, okay, let's take for example, before this protest, or whatever, I'm calling that there should be no protest because it will lead to loss of lives and properties. Let us engage the government and say, okay, Mr. President, the youth of this nation want to see you on Tuesday or Monday. We are calling on you, come and address us. Let's bring representatives from all the states, from all the civil society organizations, from every angle, both religious groups. Let us see if the president will not listen to us. I know the president...
What are you waiting for to call for that?
No, today we articulated our points.
I would also like you to quickly respond to what Deji said, that this government is spending billions of naira to induce people, groups like yourself, to pull out or distance yourself from the protest.
Thank God that, Christianization of Nigeria cannot even think of it that we are going to collect money from who? Who is going to give us money? Who is going to give CAN money? CAN will not do that. Right. But now, let me just say this. Nobody gave youth wing of CAN money or CAN to pull out of protest. We have never been involved in protest, and we can never protest. What we will do is we will pray to God and commit our protest to God. Okay. God, please, this is what we need in the country. We believe in prayers, and I believe God answers prayers. If we come, that is it.
And Nigerians are tired.
Are there no options? Are there no other means of engaging government outside of protest that may lead to chaos, anarchy? That's what the security operatives are saying.
Yeah, you see, Nigerians are tired of prayers for things that leaders are elected to do. Why don't you pray before? Why don't you be praying instead of going to the toilet to ease yourself and be saying God should come and help you ease yourself? Things that God has given you the capacity, the power. It's only in Nigeria. Nigeria is the world headquarters of fake pastors and 419s who stay on the pulpit and deceive people. A country where leaders are elected to do a job, they don't do it. Religious leaders should be telling you to pray for them. So you think God is that jobless to come and be helping your leaders to fix the country? So these are the people who they enable bad leadership and bad governance in this country. Why are Nigerians protesting? Very simple. Yeah. It's because there's massive hunger, disillusionment, and discontentment in the country. That's the reason why Nigerians are protesting. This president, you say you want to dialogue with a president, Nigerians should come and sit on the round table with a president that on Wednesday, this same president on Wednesday, he sent an executive bill to the National Assembly. The National Assembly did accelerated hearing to extend the tenure of the IG in 1 day. And they even made mistakes in the amendment. They amended the sections that they made they amended was wrong. And he did that just for nepotistic reasons. That's the reason why he did that. He did not send an accelerated bill to the National Assembly to end the suffering of Nigerians.
What makes you feel it has nepotistic?
The man is Yoruba.
Undertones.
The man is Yoruba.
But that's a whole different conversation.
See, the truth is very bitter.
I guess
the
what
truth,
you're saying
the
is
truth
that-
is bitter. The truth is bitter. But somebody has to say the truth. This man is supposed to retire in a month or so. You are trying to extend his tenure. These are part of the reasons why Nigerians are protesting. When Buhari was here, carrying out nepotistic tendencies, we all condemned him.
Well, you know the Constitution allows him to do
this man has come. This man has come. And he's doing worse than what Buhari did. Almost everybody, every key person in any government, parastatal or agency, the key positions are apportioned for Yoruba people. That is even by the way. It's not part of the discussion. But it is part of the demands. It is part of the reasons. The reasons fueling the protest, because there's inequality, there's nepotism in government and around government, and the body language of the government supports that people are not being carried along in the country.
Now, speaking of being carried along, the president says, look, I hear you, I feel your pain. It's only been a year plus, that I've been in the saddle. Give me more time, give me patience. I've put in some policies, increased minimum wage to 70,000 naira from 30,000 naira. Student loans, the ball's been set rolling on that. Palliatives, Nigeria Youth Investment Fund. He also promises to, give or come up with more inclusive government.
Yes, as it may sound or it may look, this government is not the reason why Nigeria is in this much of a mess. Because the Buhari government did a lot of damage to this country in 8 years. However, this government in 1 year has done more damage to the Nigerian economy than Buhari did in 8 years. And I will explain very briefly. When this government came, it made dollar at around 600 naira. It made dollar at around 600 naira. Today, dollar is almost about 1.6. When this government came, this government met a basket of tomato at 15,000. Today, a basket of tomato is above 100,000. When this government came, it met rice around 50-something to 60,000.
A bag, 50
kg bag. Yes. Right. Now, it's almost about 100,000. When this government came, a sack of beans was around 28,000 to 30,000, depending on where you buy from. Today, it's about 75,000. When this government came, a sack of flour was around 18 to 20,000 naira. Today, it's about 68,000. When this government came, it moved a carton of noodles from 4.5.
Yeah, we could spend all night reeling out.
The list is endless. This is why Nigerians are protesting. Nigerians are protesting because all is not well with the country. And you cannot tell Nigerians that, this is how you should protest. It's very simple. Today, what are the issues? We are battling with hyperinflation.
Right.
And we are battling with a situation where 100,000 is now the new 10,000 naira. Go to many parts of this country today. People cannot even afford 1 square meal. We're not talking about 3 square meals. People are eating grass in many parts of northern Nigeria. Grass. And it's same situation in southern Nigeria. So Nigerians want to express themselves. And government is saying Nigerians cannot express themselves.
No, government, I doubt very much if government is saying that. I'm not a mouthpiece for the government. Government is saying Nigerians are constitutionally allowed to, express themselves, vent or ventilate if you like. But going the way of violence, causing chaos, anarchy is what government will not stand.
Have you seen any Nigerian calling for violent protest since the beginning of this protest?
Okay, I'll come back to you. Let me, Belu Chukwu, your Belu Sochukwu. Yeah.
Very important. Thank you.
You said your way or your route is to pray, hand over the issues to God. Beyond that, as Christian Association of Nigeria, the youth wing, are you engaging the Nigerian youth, whether in your churches or in society as a whole, to maybe give them some hope or some reasons why they should not go on a protest? Is that engagement going on at all?
Sure. We have been engaging our youths.
What are you telling them?
Yes, very important. We have been engaging our youth on peace building. That's number one. Number two, and we have been engaging our youth to be law abiding. We had a NEC meeting today, being 26th. of July. And all the state chairmen, church denomination blocks, the 5 blocks of CAN, they were all represented, and we passed our message.